right, it's not Jacqueline Adebija. My name is Job Daniel. Well, very unusual for me to be here by this time. It's 6 minutes past 7 p.m. We're just trying to sort everything to make sure that we're all in order. Welcome to your Health 360 on Invicta 98.9. This is your weekly health program where we tend to discuss health issues. And I'm your host this evening. My name is Job Daniel, and I'm standing in for the producer and anchor of this program, talking about Jacqueline Adebija. And it is my pleasure to have you join us for another informative edition of your Health 360s. Now, every week on this program, we bring you conversations that empowers you with practical health information, because we believe that when people are informed, then they are better equipped to make healthier decisions for themselves and also for their families. So this evening, we're not talking about something that is new or that is strange, but it's just that some people have lots of misconceptions around it. And I feel that we should talk about it, because this is a disease that continues to affect millions and millions of people across the world, not just in Nigeria and not just in Kaduna State. So it is often referred to as a silent threat, because many people can live with it for years without even knowing that it is even living there. They won't see it, they won't feel any symptoms until it becomes severe, or there's a severe damage, and which has already been done to some parts of the body, maybe the liver. So our discussion today is about hepatitis. What is it all about? We're going to understand what we call the silent threat. So I'll just talk about the liver. Well, the doctor will be the one that will talk about all of that. That's not my field. But the liver is one of the hardest working organ in the body. If you ask me, very true. From little research I've done, yes, it is working very extremely hard, because it helps to digest food, store nutrients, removes the harmful substances from the blood. It produces proteins needed for blood clotting and performs hundreds of other essential functions. You can say spider legs if you ask me. So when the liver becomes inflamed, the entire body can just be affected. Now, what is all of this all about? Are there misconceptions about this disease called hepatitis? Then today's discussion is very important, because awareness remains one of the strongest tools in the fight against hepatitis. So to help us understand more and what to do, does it have a cure? What can be done to mitigate it? Can it be managed? Does it have a cure? Is it something that one has to live with for a long time? And what can be done to either prevent it for other people, or is it an inheritance? Is it something that can be contacted? Is it communicable? Is it not communicable? Well, I don't know about that, but I have a doctor in the studio, a medical doctor, who would guide us through this conversation. I have with me Dr. ZARMAI Jonathan. Good evening.
Good evening, and thank you for having me.
So, doctor, I'm going to go straight to it. So let's begin. I just talked about the liver, but hepatitis, well, what is it all about? Because people hear the word hepatitis, but not everybody understands what it means. And can we go through what hepatitis is? Can you explain it? What is hepatitis? Are there different types, or is it just the hepatitis itself? Because I used to hear the different alphabets of hepatitis. Like I hear B, C, D, or whatever. So, are there different types that exist? Why does it continue to be a major public health concern, particularly here in Nigeria? So, can you explain what hepatitis is all about?
All right, then. Thank you very much for having me once again.
Yeah.
Like you rightly said, you introduced it very well already. As a matter of fact, you did most of the job for me, and I appreciate it.
But I didn't go through the details, because you know the whole details, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just like you said, right, the liver is one of the hardest working organ in the body. As a matter of fact, it is the largest internal organ.
Oh,
in
the
human.
largest?
Yes, the largest internal organ.
Oh, internal
Not
organ.
the largest organ generally. The largest organ generally is the skin.
Yeah, okay.
But for the internal organ, the liver is the largest. And virtually everything that goes through the mouth
has to pass through the
has
liver.
to pass through the liver.
Okay.
You understand? He eats every day, morning, afternoon, evening. Some people binge, actually. They eat more than 3, 4, 5 times in the day. All of them pass through the liver. You understand? So the liver does a lot of work. The reason why this background is important is because we have to understand that when there is a problem like hepatitis, it causes a lot of damage, and it halts a lot of processes that goes on in the body. Now, coming back to hepatitis. Hepatitis is 2 words and its semantics very simple. Hepato means the liver.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the medical term for the liver.
medical term for liver.
Hepato. Titis means inflammation. So hepatitis, bringing them together, means inflammation of the liver.
But is it different from liver cirrhosis?
Of course, it's different from liver cirrhosis.
No, I just needed that clarity because you said the liver.
Different from liver cirrhosis. Yeah. So this inflammation comes from different causes.
Okay.
I'm sure that's where we should be headed to. That's where you were pointing at.
Yeah.
It comes from different causes. We have the infective causes, which of course we have the bacterial infections, which are the common ones. We have the hepatitis B and C, which is the very common one we have in our environment and
in
the world
Nigeria
at large.
generally, or just here in Kaduna?
In our environment and the world at large.
Okay.
Yes. So we have other strains of the infection. We have hepatitis A, we have the B, C, we have the D, we have even the E. Now the B and C are more important because of their prevalence in our environment. That's one. And then 2, the other ones like hepatitis D, it usually doesn't exist alone. It needs one to have, say, hepatitis B for you to be infected, like superimposed infection now with hepatitis D. So those ones, we're not going to be diving on them seriously. But then other causes of hepatitis, of course, we have the fungal causes, we have the viral causes. We have the viral causes. These are the viral causes, please, not the bacterial causes. And we have lifestyle causes like alcohol consumption, a very important cause. We have the use of herbal concoction.
Okay.
Herbal medication, I mean now.
Okay.
A very, very important cause. In fact, it has a very serious prevalence in our environment. We have other causes like medications, that's iatrogenic. There are some medications we take that can cause hepatitis as well. So it has a lot of causes, and they ultimately cause hepatitis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, before we go into the next set of conversation, we'll go on a very long break so that we'll have really time to understand why it is considered dangerous.
All right.
Why is it? How is it transmitted? Who is more at risk? These are questions I'm going to ask you after we come back from this break. I know lots of people will be interested because you get to hear people saying that, oh, this person has hepatitis B, C, or this, and all of that. We'll come back after this commercial break.
We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Are you serious? For real, are you serious? Invicta FM.
Soyayya tana da yare da yawa, wasu suna faɗan shi da ƙarfi, wasu suna faɗan shi a hankali. Amma idan ka ƙaunaci kanka da gaske ko wani, kana magana ne da karin kumallo na pig, wani karin kumallo mai laushi mai ɗanɗano, cike da gina jiki wanda aka yi da madarar pig, yana ɗauke da vitamin, protein da calcium don kiyaye ka a shiryayye da ƙoshin lafiya don kowace rana. Domin karin kumallo na pig shine soyayya ta pig.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Idan aka yi ruwan sama kamar da bakin ƙwarya, ana iya samun ambaliya a ko'ina, amma kuna iya gujewa hakan idan kuka kasance a shirye. Ku sa ido a sama, ku saurari labarai, an samar da bayanai akan aukuwan ambaliyan ruwa. Kar ku yi watsi da alamun da kuka gani, ku yi shiri wa iyalanku a kan lokaci. Ku gujewa shiga cikin ruwan ambaliya domin ba ku san me ke cikinta ba. Kar ku tsaya jira ko jinkiri, masu rai ne za su more rayuwa a gobe. Idan ambaliya ta faru, a hanzarta barin wurin, ku bi umarnin da hukumomin gwamnati za su bayar. Ku yi tanadin abinci, ku kasance cikin shiri, ku tserewa ambaliya. Tsirarku ita ce farko, ku kare kanku. Ku tserewa ambaliya, ku kasance cikin shiri, ku yi tanadi domin aukuwar ambaliya. Wannan saƙo ne daga Christian Aid Nigeria, Legal Awareness for Nigerian Women, UNICEF tare da ECHO.
I am the chef of life with Mr. Chef. Niger vibe, Mr. Chef, two finger crush. I am the chef of life with Mr. Chef. I am the chef of life with Mr. Chef.
Mr. Chef, taste home, taste culture.
Chef of life.
Ina kwana Onion Banana Connect.
Hello, 7790. Yawwa, kawata ta ce allura za ta tafi har kwakwalwata. Shin ga hakan gaskiya ne?
Honey and Banana Connect.
Ehe, to ina kasuwa. Sai yar uwar matar makwabcina ta ce, matar da ke amfani da maganin tazaran haihuwa, mazajensu za su daina son su?
Honey and Banana Connect.
Ni ce kuma goggota ta ce idan na bayar da tazaran haihuwa tsakanin yarana mutane za su yi tunani akwai wata matsala a aure na. Shin gaskiya ne? Honey and Banana Connect na nan don duka tambayoyinku. Kira 7790 a kowane lokaci don tattauna da kwararun kan tazaran haihuwa da lafiyar jami'i. Kyauta ne a asirci kuma babu tsangwama. Kira 7790 ko turo sakon WhatsApp ta 09097133400 a yau.
Honey and Banana Connect ku bi wanda ya san hanya.
Tabdi. Wato a duk lokacin da muka haɗu a dandalin tattaunawar iyalinmu sai an samu matsala. Abun burgewa ma zan dafa wani abu da duk zasu amincewa. Wato da fadukan shinkafa na musamman tare da magi.
An sarrafa Magista daga tataccen waken soya, albasa, kayan yajin armashi tare da kanamfari.
Lokacin cin abinci a shiga cikin lallama ko samkar a shigo.
Magista sanya duk abinci da lokacin su kasance na musamman da ba za a iya mantawa ba.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin sha dari sai Kivo.
Albishirinku, shalelenku? Ina nufin sabon ɗanɗanon lollipop ya shigo gari. Muna gabatar muku da Chupa Chups Apple Flavor Gum Filled Lollipop. Cike take da ɗanɗanon apple. Akwai kuma mai ɗanɗanon cola da strawberry. Ku nemi naku a yau.
Chupa Chups Forever Fun.
What do we choose? Milk. What makes us strong? Milk. For school, for play, every day. Milk is the way. Choose milk. Choose milk. Choose milk. Healthy body starts with what we choose.
Choose Milk, co-funded by the European Union and the Danish Dairy Board.
Mama, sai kin gan yadda na wanke ban ɗakin nan ya wanku sosai fa.
Tabbas zai iya wankuwa sosai a ido, amma idan ba da hypo toilet cleaner kika yi amfani ba wajen kariya, to ban ɗaki cike yake da ƙwayoyin cuta baja-baja.
Haka ne, kara ku yarje wa ƙwayoyin cuta, ku kare ban ɗakin ku kullum da Hypo Toilet Cleaner.
How else would you like your weekend served? You want it calm? You want it groovy? Or you want it edgy?
Your weekend is finally here.
I don't know, hot like your meal, chilled like your drink, or victorious like us.
Here comes the weekend.
Whatever you want, we serve it throughout the weekend. Invicta 98.9 FM.
Keep it locked, keep it loud. Turn your radios up.
98.9.
Mama, sai kin gan yadda na wanke ban ɗakin nan ya wanku sosai fa.
Tabbas zai iya wankuwa sosai a ido, amma idan ba da hypo toilet cleaner kika yi amfani ba wajen kariya, to ban ɗaki cike yake da ƙwayoyin cuta baja-baja.
Haka ne, kara ku yarje wa ƙwayoyin cuta, ku kare ban ɗakin ku kullum da Hypo Toilet Cleaner.
Kivo Krima. Magana bukatar shafe ido. Kivo Krima. Lokacin da kake bukatar hutu. Dauki Kivo Krima. Idan na sha ko lokacin sha dari. Sai Kivo Krima. Sai Kivo Krima.
Lokacin jin daɗi sai Kivo Krima.
Idan na sha ko lokacin sha dari. Sai Kivo.
Albishirinku, shalelenku? Ina nufin sabon ɗanɗanon lollipop ya shigo gari. Muna gabatar muku da Chupa Chups Apple Flavor Gum Filled Lollipop. cike take da ɗanɗanon apple. Akwai kuma mai ɗanɗanon cola da strawberry. Ku nemi naku a yau.
Chupa Chups Forever Fun.
When pain knock your door, when headache show him face, M&B paracetamol there for you. Yeah, when pain won't spoil your day, body they pepper you one kind. M&B paracetamol there for you. That's why from school to office, oh, from market to workshop, Ninja people trust them and be paracetamol. You get you paracetamol, they summer pain fast, fast. They summer pain fast, fast. He get you everybody they use a more M&B paracetamol they for you.
M&B paracetamol, the red one. Now for you and your family. Next time pain showing more face, knock am down with M&B paracetamol. It get why. M&B paracetamol go give you quick relief one time.
If your symptoms not clear after 2 days, go see doctor.
Customer don't enter shop. I don't see wetin he like. Photo. Body don't sweet am. But wallet he say, Oga, calm down. No wahala. With Bill Station buy now pay later. Customer fit carry product today. Pay small later. Business go sell more. Customer go smile more. Make you download the Bill Station app for Google Play Store or Apple Store. Bill Station. Buy am today. Pay am small.
When the rain falls hard, anywhere can flood, but you can stay safe if you're prepared. Check the skies, hear the news. Flood alerts are there for you. Don't ignore the signs you see. Plan ahead for your family. Stay out of flood waters. You never know what's beneath. Don't wait. Don't guess. Only the living can enjoy tomorrow. In the event of a flood, evacuate immediately. Follow instructions from the relevant government agencies. Have a flood plan in place. Be ready. Be safe. Your safety comes first. Stay protected. Be safe. Be ready. Have a flood plan. This message is brought to you by Christian Aid Nigeria, Legal Awareness for Nigerian Women, UNICEF, and the European Commission Civil Protection and Humanitarian Aid Operation, ECHO.
What do we choose? Milk. What makes us strong? Milk. For school, for play, every day. Milk is the way. Choose milk. Choose milk. Choose milk. Healthy bodies start with what we choose.
Choose Milk, co-funded by the European Union and the Danish Dairy Board.
Tabdi. Wato a duk lokacin da muka haɗu a dandalin tattaunawar iyalinmu sai an samu matsala. Abun burgewa ma zan dafa wani abu da duk za su amincewa. Wato da fadukan shinkafa na musamman tare da magi.
An sarrafa Magista daga tataccen waken soya, albasa, kayan yajin armashi tare da kanamfari.
Lokacin cin abinci a shiga cikin lallama ko samkar a shigo.
Magista sanya duk abinci da lokacin su kasance na musamman da ba za a iya mantawa ba.
Ranka shi daɗe hakimi da fatan kana lafiya. Zan wuce karkati sai na hango ka a wannan sashen na asibitin. Akwai buƙatar wani taimako ne ranka shi daɗe?
Alhamdulillahi komai lafiya malam Rabo. Na kawo iyalina ne karɓar maganin tazarar haihuwa.
To amma ranka shi daɗe ai girman ku ya fi gaban nan.
A'a malam Rabo tazarar haihuwa al'amari ne da babu wariya ko bambancin matsayi. Yana da kyau wajen duk masu iyali kuma tunda duk muna ƙaunar ci gaban iyalinmu shi yasa muka karɓe shi.
Lallai kuwa idan yana da kyau a gurin ku mu ma zai zama mai kyau a gare mu.
Kowa na iya bin tsarin tazarar haihuwa domin inganta lafiya da bunƙasa rayuwar iyali.
Ziyarci cibiyar lafiya mafi kusa domin farawa ko a kira lambar waya 222 wannan saƙo ne daga ma'aikatar lafiya tare da tallafin gamayyar ƙungiyoyin Pronet da FEM. Haka ne zai
Milk and
John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness.
Mama and Papa, na pikin fit be the next big star. Imperial National Online Competition Kiddies Edition 2026 it don land. Registration nko na free of charge. Your pikin go fit to win the grand prize of 2 million naira akpalakpala ewelelelele plus all expenses wey be say dem go pay for you and your family for Abuja for 3 days. First runner up nko, e go carry 1 million naira igbim. Second runner up, e go waka with the 500,000 naira idindin. To register nko, you go send your pikin a picture, full name and email through WhatsApp to 081-623-23504, or you fit to visit us on top of www.17dayempire.com. You go register your account, then you go message us on top WhatsApp to take a complete the registration. No dull yourself. Give your children the chance to take a shine. Make them forfeit to make you proud. Imperial National Online Competition Kiddies Edition 2026. Let small dreams they become big success. For more information, you fit to send us message on top WhatsApp for 081-623-23504. Imperial National Online Competition Kiddies Edition 2026. Now place where we say small dreams they become big success.
Soyayya tana da yare da yawa, wasu suna faɗan shi da ƙarfi, wasu suna faɗan shi a hankali. Amma idan ka ƙaunaci kanka da gaske ko wani, kana magana ne da karin kumallo na pig, wani karin kumallo mai laushi mai ɗanɗano, cike da gina jiki wanda aka yi da madarar pig, yana ɗauke da vitamin, protein da calcium don kiyaye ka a shiryayye da ƙoshin lafiya don kowace rana. Domin karin kumallo na pig shine soyayya ta pig.
Peak. Reach for your peak.
Wisdom, you go take a collect the radio from Papa hand when they listen to Invicta 98.9 FM because old man vex. You know they good.
Your Health 360, only on Invicta 98.9 FM with Jacqueline Adedija. Your Health 360.
Welcome back from that commercial break, and it's your Health 360 on Invicta 98.9 FM, and I've been speaking with Dr. ZARMAI Jonathan, and we're talking about hepatitis, and we're trying to understand what hepatitis is all about, and we're going to really get to hear more as regards understanding what we call the silent threat. And Doc, now that we're back, now I ask a question. Many people hear the word hepatitis, and it is being considered as it's very dangerous, right? Now, it's because many people don't know how it spreads or how it could they could be infected without even showing any symptoms. So can we go through that? Now, can you also explain how hepatitis has been transmitted? Who is most at risk? And what are the common warning signs that people should look out for? And why it is often described as a silent disease?
All right, then thank you very much. So we already have a background of what hepatitis
is all about,
really means and what it's all about.
Yeah.
So about the mode of transmission. So usually and most often than not, hepatitis is transmitted via bodily fluids. And when I say bodily fluids, I mean blood, saliva, sweat, etc. I mentioned them. So via bodily fluids, most often than not, that's the mode of transmission of hepatitis. So usually, most often than not, it's usually sexually transmitted.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's one of the commonest STIs, sexually transmitted infection. Yeah. So most often than not, via sexually transmitted. Via bodily fluids, also exchange of sharp objects. Yeah, sharp objects, etc. It's a common ways through which hepatitis is being transmitted. For most of the signs and symptoms for patients, what patients are expected to come with or to come down with, this is where the catch is. I would make a little exposition to that.
Please do.
At this juncture. Now, you rightly said that hepatitis a lot of patients have this disease, but they don't even know they have the disease. That's because it does not always come with signs and symptoms. Like you have a malaria today, the next thing is you have a headache, some fever, weakness, etc. That's usually not the case with hepatitis. You have to have had the disease for a long period of time. Sometimes the disease must have destroyed majority of your liver. Most often than not, up to 90% of your liver cells must have gone damaged before some people begin to come down with symptoms of hepatitis. You understand? Yes, but then among a lot of symptoms usually are abdominal pain, yellowish discoloration of the eyes. We call it the sclerado, but the eyes for the general public now, or even the skin, pale bulky stool, abdominal distension, with severe weight loss, among others. Now, this is when the hepatitis itself have taken you to a very bad state. We call it the chronic kidney disease, or in states where you already are developing cirrhosis of the liver, like you rightly asked earlier. I'm going to make you know understand the difference between them later. Yeah, so it comes with a lot of symptoms, and these are majority of the symptoms that hepatitis comes with.
Okay. Wow. I'm hearing that for the first time. Okay. So now, who is most at risk now?
Most at risk of hepatitis usually are, how am I going to put it now? Usually social workers.
When you say social workers?
Yes.
What do you really mean by social workers?
We call them social workers now because of the stigma that comes with the kind of job.
Okay.
You understand? Sexual social workers.
Okay.
Like the... I don't want to use the vulgar words.
I understand. I understand. But I think maybe sexual social workers would
because the
do.
commonest route of transmission is sexually. You understand? So sexual workers are more at risk of the infection. People at extreme of ages, young children, and then elderly people, they're at risk of the infection because of their immunity. They have bad immunity by then. Yes, then healthcare workers are at serious risk of the infection.
Because they handle people with such, right?
With such infections, Healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, attendants, name them. They're all at risk of the disease.
Okay, so now let's move to other questions now to understand the disease and for how people can protect themselves. But are there practical steps that people can actually take, or even families can take, to prevent hepatitis? So this is where issues of, is there vaccination? I know personal hygiene would also be involved. Safe medical practice, and for what people should avoid, like self-medication and things like that. I think that should be part of it. But are there healthy lifestyles that people should imbibe? So whether everyone should know that their hepatitis status through regular screening, is that possible? You know, all of that.
That's very correct. Before I get to the question where you asked mode of prevention, I want to explain how it's been diagnosed.
Okay,
now,
let's start with the diagnosis now.
Yeah, so the diagnosis is usually, we call it serendipity. We usually find the disease when we're not looking for it.
Okay.
You understand? Yes, because most patients in the early stage of the disease don't come down with symptoms. So we just screen patients. Sometimes in rural or urban outreaches, you screen patients randomly. Sometimes when patients visit the hospital, you advise them, you counsel them, and they just say, okay, just go ahead. Sometimes when we create awareness like we're doing currently, patients say, okay, let them go to a roadside laboratory or to the hospital to get screened. And then we figure out rather that the patients, that these persons rather have this disease, hepatitis B or C. Most often than not. But then for other hepatitis like the chronic, like the alcohol liver disease, etc., usually it's when the disease has gone far, when it's becoming an alcohol liver disease or a drug-induced liver disease or herbal concoction liver disease. That's
but that herbal concoction they're talking about, because there are lots of people that would say that let's go back to the roots. Now, how does that play a part? Is the herbal concoction not meant to also help?
Yeah, so the entirety of herbal medicine, we the contemporary healthcare workers, we get our roots from the herbal care, in the sense that majority of the drugs we administer to patients are being gotten from plants. You understand? Yes, and animals, and then some are synthetics in the lab. Now, the difference here is the dosage one, and then the formed element, the components of the medication.
Okay.
You see people mix a lot of concoction. That's why we call it concoction, because you really can't tell what plant is this, what plant
is
this,
that?
what
Okay,
plant
so
is
so the mixture of whatever plant.
and then the dosage. They say, okay, you drink 2 cups in the morning, 2 cups in the evening. Most of these medications, or the concoction rather, they are high molecular weight substances. They may look like they have liquid and all, you just drink them, but they are high molecular weight substances. And at the beginning of this session, I mentioned that this whatever you take, you swallow, that goes through your mouth, goes through the liver also for metabolism. What I mean is for breakdown now. Now, these high molecular weight substances in this herbal concoction becomes a very big problem for the liver to break down. You understand? And that's where it puts the liver in a difficult position to break them down. And then repeated consumption of this leads to, of course, wear and tear, and then ultimately liver disease.
So it means that it wears out.
It wears out, ultimately, after chronic use, most often than not.
Then what are the lifestyles that people should imbibe? But let's even talk about vaccination. Is there a vaccination that either does it stop the hepatitis, or is it just to aid the immune system to fight it?
All right, and so we have 2 major hepatitis we are talking about with regards to vaccine now. The hepatitis B and hepatitis C.
Okay.
Now, hepatitis C has a vaccine. Hepatitis B rather has a vaccine.
Okay.
But then it doesn't have a cure.
Oh, so B doesn't have a cure.
But it has a vaccine.
Okay.
While hepatitis C has a cure but does not have a vaccine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But for clarity's sake, which is the most feared?
The most feared is the hepatitis C.
Why is that?
Because the hepatitis B now has you can get this longevity with hepatitis B, provided you don't further insult your liver with herbal medications.
Harmful substances.
Yes,
right?
harmful substances to the liver. Provided you don't insult the liver, you can survive, lead a very good quality of life with hepatitis B up to your normal range of life. While for hepatitis C now, most often than not, you don't get that longevity with hepatitis C. And hepatitis C has the propensity to change to a liver cancer, ultimately, more than that of the hepatitis B.
Okay.
That's why the hepatitis C is more feared. You understand? But then if the hepatitis C is figured out early and treatment
starts early.
Yes, that's early. Usually it's curable. Hepatitis C is curable.
So once it's diagnosed, so it means that once you start treating it, it is curable.
It is curable.
But the B is not curable.
It's not curable, but then you have a vaccine for B. So now,
so it means you have to be living with it, taking medications to suppress it.
Yes. If a patient comes to my place now and I check the patient is hepatitis B negative.
Oh, there's a positive and negative?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
If the patient is hepatitis B negative, I ask the patient usually to take the vaccine immediately. The vaccine is in 3 doses. You take the first dose after 4 weeks, and after another 4 weeks, you take another dose.
So okay, after a month?
Yes, after a month, you take another dose. After another month, you take another dose. And then you can take a booster dose after a lot of years, like 10 years or so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then are there safe medical practices that people need to imbibe? So what are those things? Because I know self-medication is out of it.
Yeah, self-medication is usually out of it. If you're hepatitis positive, you just have to see a doctor. We have to do some investigation, check your viral load, check check other stuff, B
Yeah.
profile, etc. And that's going to guide us. We'll also have to check the health of the liver. We call it the liver function test. Also have to check that. It guides us on whether or not we have to start medication, whether the virus is very high or it's within range. We have to check all those informations. It's going to guide us on whether or not you have to start medication, the dosage and all. Very important.
Yeah, but I think outside all of this now, is it very important for people to go have their livers checked on a regular?
Yes, it's very, very important. Biannually, at least twice in a year, should be able to do that. If you can't, at least once in a year.
Once in a year.
Yes, especially the elderly. Once you're beginning to get to 40 years, it's important for you to make it a routine that you should check the health of your liver among other vital organs.
Okay, so there have been a lot and lots of myth surrounding hepatitis. Already people are beginning to call, but let's just answer this question first. There's a lot of mysteries that have surrounded hepatitis, because some people would, after being diagnosed and they say you have hepatitis B or C, it becomes very frightening for people. Many will get scared. There's a lot of fear that engulfs people. But what are those mysteries, the myth surrounding hepatitis?
Hepatitis is not really a disease one should fear very well. Though yes, it's important. It's not something, as a medical doctor, I wouldn't say it's convenient for you to get any disease in life, but then it's not a death sentence.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not a death sentence. Once you have, you check, you get screened and you have a hepatitis, it's going to be wise for you to see your doctor. There are measures we take to reduce the prevalence of the disease or reduce the volume of the disease in an individual. I'm talking about the viral load now, etc., among many others. So it's not really a death sentence. One should, the most important thing is you reporting to see a doctor. The mistake, now this is the issues with hepatitis. Hepatitis attacks the liver. You understand? Yeah. Now, the mistake a lot of people make is that when they get this hepatitis, the next thing is they run to herbal medications. You understand? And the hepatitis attacks the liver already. The liver has already been compromised. You understand? The integrity of the liver cells has
so now taking of the herbal medicine complicates the issue.
Complicates the issue, makes it worse. And most often than not, majority of the patients in our environment come down with a chronic liver disease when there's little or nothing the hospital can do about the liver.
All right. Well, you heard that. Taking off local herbs, or saying, let's in Hausa parlance we say bukoma na gargajiya. Gargajiya, the roots and the vegetables does the work. So you've heard it clearly that do not complicate your liver with more of the concoctions, the herbal mixture. But that is still not saying that it is still the herbal mixtures are bad, but too much of it, or is it bad entirely?
Entirely, I would say, as a medical doctor, I would say entirely, honestly, because except if you can tell me the formed element, like the components.
Okay, what and what has been used?
Of the medication, one, and then the dosage.
But we have the traditional medical doctors who...
Yeah.
So do you guys work hand in hand?
We work hand in hand where necessary.
Okay,
like
when
in
necessary.
the development of medications. We have preclinical trials for medication, we have clinical trials for medication, and a lot of other stuff. So we work hand in hand, yes, but then ultimately we don't really advise our patients to go for herbal medications.
Okay, well, you heard that. All right, you want to ask questions and you want to be part of the program. 081 40,000 989. 081 40,000 989. We're trying to understand the what do you call the silent threat or the silent disease, hepatitis. 081 40,000 989 070 87 800 989. Before the calls come in, Doc, let's address one issue that discourages people from speaking openly about hepatitis: stigma.
Yeah, the stigma. It it is rather unfair actually that most of these viral diseases get stigmatized, and usually they are the best and easy to manage. In all honesty, intrapersonally now. I have a lot of patients where the husband is positive, the wife is negative, and they live their life normally without any problem. I have instances where a positive mother gives birth to negative children without any problem. So it's not really something that the carriers of this disease should get stigmatized with. It is treatable for B, it is curable for C. And with good care rather, once the viral load is very low, sometimes it is intransmissible.
Okay.
You eat the same.
All right, let me answer this person. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Musa. My name is from
Musa from where?
I'm calling from Mahuta.
Okay, Musa from Mahuta. All right, go ahead. You have a question or you have a contribution?
Yes, I'm listening to the program and I need more clarification about hepatitis.
Hepatitis B or C?
I did not really get what you're trying to put across. I need to understand this one.
Okay, well, sorry, Musa, I have to take you off the line. Your line is not clear, and the doctor cannot really comprehend what you're saying. So maybe you can call the other line. I think that is more clear, or you call back so that we can hear you more properly, so that the doctor can understand what you are saying. So you can be part of the program by calling 081 40,000 989 070 800 989. So we're talking about hepatitis, or another alternative, you can send your questions or contributions on our WhatsApp platform on 090 98 900 989. 090 98 900 989. So you can call in or send the messages and I'll read them out. We are streaming live on Facebook. You can go on Facebook on Invicta FM 98.9. We're live at the moment. And you can also go on YouTube on Invicta 98.9 FM online TV. So just go drop your comments, contributions. We are there. And let's get to hear from you. So you can still ask those questions. You can call. The lines are free. You can call 081 40,000 989. All right, I have another caller. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening.
Yeah, my name is Musa Emmanuel Musa. I'm calling from Mahuta.
All right. Yeah, you called earlier, right?
Yes, sir.
Now we can hear you clearly now. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to understand. You said there is B positive that has vaccine, right?
No, that's not what he said. He said the B has a vaccine. The C does not have a vaccine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. B has vaccine. C has no vaccine.
Yes, but he has a cure. But the B doesn't have a cure.
But has a cure. Okay. Then how about B negative?
Is there anything like B negative, doctor?
Yeah, let me explain to you now.
All right, just listen and you get your answer.
Okay. B positive and B negative. Have to understand it.
Okay. All right. So just listen, and the doctor will answer that question. So he's saying that is there anything like hepatitis B negative or B positive?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is it. B positive and negative just mean you have the virus, you don't have the virus. Negative, you don't have the virus. Positive, you have the virus. Now, you cannot take hepatitis vaccine, if you are positive. You can only take vaccine if you're negative. So what we do is that we give the vaccine to prevent. The vaccination is to prevent the disease. You understand? I don't know if I want Musa to really get this straight, because it's actually bad if you are positive and you take the vaccine. It's usually life-threatening. So if you're positive, hepatitis B positive, now you're not to take the vaccine. You understand? You've already been infected.
Yeah.
But if you're hepatitis B negative, you are at liberty to take the vaccine. I don't want to go deep into what the vaccine is and
it's all about.
Yes, it's all about. But then that's just what you need to know. If you're negative, take the vaccine. Positive, no vaccine. Treatment.
Okay, for treatment now.
Yeah, treatment.
Okay, so positive should take?
Positive shouldn't take vaccine. They should only get treated.
Okay, just get treated.
Yes, when
then the
necessary.
negative should take
the vaccine.
Okay, and then once someone has the hepatitis, are there recommended kind of drugs that they should take, or is it based on their kind of feeding?
Yeah, there are recommended food, there are recommended medication. That's why I mentioned earlier that we are going to do your viral load. We want to know how much of the virus are in your body. We're going to do your liver function test to check the integrity of your liver. Yeah, we're going to do your B profile, etc.
All right, I have another caller right here. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, ma.
Thank you, sir. Please, this,
your name and where are you calling from?
C or B.
Your name first.
Is it senior jaundice?
What's your name first?
My name is Christy
All right, Christy, calling from where?
from Banawa.
From Barnawa. So, what is your question again?
Is it senior jaundice?
She's asking hepatitis. Is it senior jaundice? But I believe that jaundice is more with eyes.
Yeah, jaundice is actually a symptom.
Okay, jaundice as a symptom of hepatitis.
Yeah, it's a symptom of hepatitis.
So that's the yellow coloring.
Yes, coloration of the eyes and the skin. You understand? So when the patient has the hepatitis and when it gets to a certain level where we rightly said the chronic liver disease or even the liver cirrhosis, patient begins to come with the jaundice. You understand? So it's part of what the patient that has hepatitis come with. So it's not about being senior or junior.
All right. 081 40,099. We're gradually coming to a close on the program, and we're trying to understand what we call the silent disease or the silent threat, hepatitis. So, Doc, as we wrap it up, if I can get one more call and we call it wraps. But let's get to here as we close, and this will also form your own roundup now. So, many people are living with hepatitis and they are afraid and they face discrimination, stigma, whatever, because of misinformation and fear, right?
Yeah.
So now how can families or people in like workplaces, schools, faith-based organizations, the community, how can they support people living with hepatitis? But before then, let me pick this last caller. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yes, your name and where are you calling from?
Please, can we get doctor number so that we can communicate?
Well, that is at his own discretion, but if you want to ask a question, that I cannot do, okay? So you can only locate him in his hospital and ask for Dr. ZARMAI Jonathan, but I cannot give you his contact, okay? But so apologies for that.
Sorry about that.
So now, how can communities support people living with hepatitis, and what important message would you leave for the listener this evening?
All right, then first of all, you can only discriminate when you even know your status.
Okay.
So it is important for everyone to go for a screening. Hepatitis screening is very cheap, and it's most often than not you even get it free in outreaches, etc. So know your status. That's one. You're negative, you get vaccinated. Once you're vaccinated, you need not to be scared of hepatitis B. You understand? And then it's not a life sentence. It's one. Even those with the hepatitis, once their viral load is good, they are not infective, and once they are on medications, taking their medications, they're fine. And it doesn't really affect relationships and all, because we treat patients, viral loads are low, you don't contract it as a husband or as a wife. You can give birth, you're a positive mother, you can give birth to a child that is negative without any problem. So there's no point discriminating. The society has to do a lot of awareness. Our mosques, our churches have to give opportunities to healthcare workers to further educate people on what this disease is all about, and decrease the stigmatization. And then the government will have to also give some good awareness and give some free screening exercises for the populace, so that individuals can know their status and know where and how to behave around themselves. Also, sexual practices, please. We must have good sexual practices. Very important. You have to do the ABC of your care. Abstain. If you can't abstain, please you use barriers like condoms, etc. Or you try to be faithful to one partner. Very important. If you can't be faithful to one partner, if you move around different partners, then you have to try to use barrier methods like condoms. And once you're not using barrier methods like condoms, we jump to medications. That's where all our vaccination comes into play.
Yeah.
And once you get exposed, you come for medications, etc.
All right, doctor, thank you so much for being on this program this evening.
Thank you very much
your
for having
time
me.
for educating people.
Yeah.
So I believe that your insights have helped lots of people to understand hepatitis not merely a health issue. It is a public health challenge that requires awareness, prevention, early detection, and collective action. So to all our listener, or to the listener, today's conversation reminds us that hepatitis does not always announce its presence with obvious symptoms like other diseases. So that's why it's regular medical checkups, knowing your hepatitis status, getting vaccinated against hepatitis B, and seeking prompt medical care is important. So remember that your liver plays a vital role in keeping your body healthy. So protect it by avoiding risky behaviors. Try to maintain good hygiene. Avoid self-medication, limiting your alcohol consumption now, the cocoa tins now, and following the advice of qualified healthcare professionals like the doctor in the studio. So thank you for listening for this 1 hour on Your Health 360. My name is Job Daniel, and standing in for your regular anchor, the producer of the program, Jacqueline Adebija. Until next week, Friday.